figured I better get this stuff set up. I don't know if anybody's even gonna come, but I did talk about doing this a couple weeks ago, and so it is that time. I was gonna do this yesterday, but it rained all day, off and on all day. There was no sun, so there was no point in trying to do this yesterday. So I wanted to try and do it today. There's a little bit of sun peeking through. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon here. And I just finished doing a makeup look, so you'll get to see that. It's already up on my, I posted part of it on my Instagram. But anyways, so got chat set up. I have my Fabletics makeup removing cloth. It's wet, and then I have a hand towel that's dry that I will use to get swatches off. I'll try and get you guys as close as possible. And yes, I have my iPad here so I can see chat. If you see colors that you want me to try, then we'll do that. And I'm going to turn these sideways so I can see what order they are. I'm going to try and go by order these Zodiac. And I do have a surprise. I have the Libra and Scorpio palettes on order from BH Cosmetics, so I'm only missing the Leo palette. So if you see the Leo palette either on the German website for BH Cosmetics, or if somebody has it for sale somewhere, because I don't think BH is going to bring it back, please let me know. I will buy it, as long as it's not outrageously expensive. I've not paid full price for any of these. This I paid full price for, but the other ones I haven't, and I was able to get Libra at 50% off and Scorpio at 25% off. I would have preferred to get them both at 50% off, but it is what it is. So maybe it would be better if I put these in order first. If we're gonna do it in order. Yes, no, maybe? Am I just being OCD? Probably. Not probably. Yes, I am. I'm being OCD. Now, because I'm missing a couple palettes, this won't be exactly in order, but it's as close as I can get it. So with the little mini Zodiac palettes, and I've talked about this in the videos where I've used these palettes, on the side there are little dots, and it shows you not only the actual Zodiac symbol, but it's color coordinated, and each of the palettes are also color coordinated. So if you look, I do have a jump here. I'm missing the palette between here, and then I'm missing the two palettes that go here. The two palettes that go here are on the way, or they've been ordered, they're not shipped yet. Because BH Cosmetics is in California, I think that they're not allowed to ship stuff right now until their curfew and stuff has been lifted. So I'm missing one here, and I'm missing two here. I have 9 of the mini palettes. So now that they are all in order, and they start, the Zodiac starts with Capricorn, just in case you guys are curious. My dad is a Capricorn. So here's the mini. Let's see. I'm thinking Rhodonite might be very similar to this shade. So we have, let me make sure you guys can see my arm. So we have Rhodonite, and then we have the Capricorn shade. And I just posted pictures on Instagram today of the look that I did that was purple and yellow, and I used this palette to do that. This is a little bit more warm, whereas this one's a little bit more neutral, so I'm going to grab this shade here. And I do these by number, so you've got 2, and then you've got, was that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5. Rebecca can't math, okay? So on their own, these don't really work, but I wonder if mixing them, we could get that shade or something close to it. Okay, so I think if you mix 2 and 5, you could get something very similar to the rhodonite matte shade. So that's a not too bad. The shimmers in this one though, I don't know. This one's like a burgundy shade. This one is more purple, and then this is a bronze. And I don't think there's anything in here that would even be close to it. The amber shade, I think, would be close to this. Oh no, this shade is much more peach, whereas this one's more of a beige. So that would be a no. So there is at least 2 shades in the mini palette that you could mix to get the rhodonite matte shade. Yeah, knowing these little palettes as well as I do, I'm not going to be swatching everything because of the fact that I have worked with these things for months. Some of them I've had for at least a year. So that would be why I know what will work and what won't. Alright, so next we have Aquarius. I think maybe one of these shades will be very similar to Blue Chalcedony. Oh, I'm going to pick this one up too. Okay, so here's Blue Chalcedony. And then here's the center shade from the Aquarius. This one's probably going to be too blue. Yep, way too blue. And then, hey. I wonder if I mix the center shade and this one, if I could get that shade. So let me clean this finger off because it's a better finger than my pinky. And I'm going to pick up this one in the center shade. And Blue Chalcedony again. It's very close. Very close. I think I could get away with using, Blue Chalcedony or mixing it with those two. I will try the matte shade, but I think the matte shade is going to be a little bit, I think the brown is not going to match rhodonite, and I think the blue next to it, so 2 and 3, I don't think it's going to match Blue Chalcedony's matte either. So here's shade 2. Oh, that's a lot darker than the rhodonite matte. And then here is Blue Chalcedony matte. And then the blue matte from here. Yeah, this is more of a kind of a grungy looking color. And this is definitely way too dark. So that would be a no. The amethyst shade, I know is a purple, but this is more like a brown. Let me grab these two. So we have the amethyst shade. And then we have shade, what is that, 5? I think this has more like a red base, whereas this one's more purple. You can definitely see they're very similar in tone, but one is a little bit more purple than the other one. But they're close. I think if you use the light hand with shade 5, you could probably get away with it being close to the amethyst matte shade. And I see somebody came in to chat. Hello. I know Jason said he was going to be at his computer, so he's probably lurking. He likes to lurk. Ooh, open this thing. I'll do this one as well. I don't think it'll be close to hematite, but hematite's a glittery shade. I heard something make noise. So here's hematite. It's definitely glittery. And then there's shade 1. It's more like a blue steel color. So I wasn't expecting high hopes on that one, but it was worth a shot. So that is Aquarius done. Next we have Pisces, which is, I think, my favorite out of all of them. Unfortunately, it is my favorite. The jade green, I think, might be a good mix between this one and this one. So let's try and mix, because I know that the color isn't going to be exact. So here's the jade, and then we have shade 4 and then shade 5. I think if you do a 2-to-1 ratio, you could get the jade shade with this one. Uh-oh. I'm like spinning on my iPad, but it's not spinning on the phone, so I don't know what's going on. Odd. This one here, this first shade could be very similar to the rose quartz. This one has a little bit more beige in it, so the rose quartz shade will stick here, and it's like non-existent on my skin because it's, well, my skin color. And then we have shade 1. Very similar. This one has just a little bit more pigment behind it than the rose quartz shade. They're both very, very pale shades, so I wasn't expecting much out of it. Oh, I didn't think about this. The jade matte, and number 7 could be close. I take that back. And this one's definitely more green, where this one's definitely more blue. But hey, if you want a matte version of the shade next to it, now you know you have it. So this is the Aquarius shimmer, and then the jade matte. The orange shade, that could be close to amber. Amber is right here on my arm. I think that could be very close to amber. And I don't think there's anything close to either of these two shades. I'll swatch this one. It's like a greenish orange. But we don't really have anything in this palette that would be close to it. So that was Pisces. We've got a few so far. And next is Aries. This one's also really pretty. All these orange shades are darker than Tiger's Eye, but I will grab this Tiger's Eye shade and shade 4. I'm going to have to switch arms here in just a minute. Yeah, see how much darker that is? I kind of figured it would be dark. I might be able to get 2 more swatches on this arm, and then I'll have to switch. I want to try this carnelian shade against this one here. Oh, well, or not. This one's a lot more red, and then I'll grab the center shade and I'll stick that over here. Ooh, hey, that one's close. I wonder if I mixed the center shade and shade 7. You can get a shade very similar to carnelian. Look at that. Nice. So we've got 1 mixed shade there, 1 mixed shade here. These 2, so that's 3, 4, and the mixed shade here, which is 5. And the shimmer shade here, which would be 6 similar shades, or shades that you can get that are really similar enough that it would work. I know that this is a hot pink and that's a red, so that wouldn't work. And now I gotta switch sides. I run out of arm space. So let me put Aries up. We've only got 4 done. I got 5 more to do. Pray for not running out of arm space. I'm gonna move the iPad so I can see chat, just in case anybody actually talks to me. I'll move this back a little bit so I don't bonk my knee on it. Okay. Next we have the Taurus palette, which has some yellows in it. I'm going to grab this citrine shade and this one. Oh, I'm going to grab this one as well. So here's the citrine, and then the second shade and the first shade. Let me grab this gold as well. Okay, I think I'm going to grab that first shade again and mix it on top of this one to see what it does. It's close. No cigar, but it's close. This one's definitely more yellow, whereas this one's more like a peachy yellow. I'm going to try that green shade again. There's a green shade in here I think might be very similar. I'm going to grab this, and because the color's right here, I'm going to stick it right across. Ew, that's an ugly color next to those pretty shades. It looks like bird poo. I don't even know if you guys can see that. It's like a bird poo green. So that would be a no. And there's another reddish shade in here. I'm going to grab this. And I'm going to try it against this one right here. Let me actually get a decent swatch. That's very similar to the Rhodonite Matte. A little bit too red. We have silver in here, but it's not going to be quite as dark as the hematite shade. And we've got this bronze shade in here. We don't really have a bronze shade. Maybe. That'd be a nope. What about this one? It's a little bit more promising. Definitely too much green in it though. Oh, we have somebody else in chat, or somebody else joined, but nobody said hi to me at all. Here I am talking to myself as usual, and nobody's saying hi back. Bunch of bums. So that is the Taurus palette, and then we'll go outside at the end like I usually do and do outside video. This is the Gemini palette. Oh, hey, Casey. Somebody spoke to me. So there's a yellow in here that's really bright. So let me grab this, and I'm going to grab the Amber Matte. So we have the Amber Matte's a little chunky, but it blends beautifully. And this one's also a little chunky. This one I remember having problems with because it looked a little chalky. Now that it's aged a little bit, it's not quite as chalky. And the Amber Matte is a little bit less bright. And I'm going to do icy. Let's see, what do I have? Oh, maybe here against Tiger's Eye, or this one. So here's the Tiger's Eye shade. And there's a cat in my tub. If you hear scratching, that would be him, not me. Oh, that's too orange. Let me throw this one on top of it. I think I just made it darker. I'm trying to make it lighter, not darker. And that just made it worse even more. So that would be a no. We have this shade here that would be pretty, I'm gonna put it here. I think carnelian would be close to it. Carnelian has more of a pink shift, whereas this one here has more red in it. More red and a little bit more orange. And there's that baby poo green again, so that doesn't match anything in this palette. So that would be a couple maybes on the Gemini. Then we have the Cancer palette, which is so beautiful. My friend Sylvia sent this to me. And it's basically a bunch of topper shades. I'm going to grab this one. Hopefully it'll swatch. That's close to the carnelian shade, that one right there. But this, again, it's like a topper shade, and you really have to build it up to get it to show up at all. And we don't really have a silver. What do I have that's similar to you? That would be a no on the smoky quartz. And that's more copper, so the tiger's eye would be a no. I don't think I have anything like it in this one. And I think that's the only shimmer, there's only 2 shimmer shades in the entire Cancer palette that are worth anything. The center shade I will swatch, but I don't think it's a very icy shade, and it looks a lot like that silver. And this one is an iridescent, a chunky iridescent. And I'm alone. Everybody left me. Oh, wow. Well, thanks for letting me know, Casey. I didn't know the system was blacked out. I know I've been having problems watching YouTube this morning, trying to do stuff on the computer, because every time I'd go to play a video, it would like time out on me, or it wouldn't load, or it would take forever to load the video. So yeah. Oh, I didn't think about it. It's got nothing in you matches. 2 more to go. Good thing I'm running out of arm space. We have the Virgo palette. This one has a beautiful emerald green in it. I'm going to grab that, and I think it's closer to the smoky quartz shade. We have smoky quartz here, and then we have this shade up here, which is stunning. It reminds me of Serpentine from the Lele Posh line. This is like a glittery version of this. Eye, if it's not too dark. I could do a swatch comparison just with this type of green. I have like 3 things, possibly 4 shadows that are very similar to this, all from different brands. So I'm going to grab that shade next to it and see if I can make this one lighter to make the tiger's eye matte. Close but no cigar. Looks like it's a side too. What else do we have? Oh, we have this cranberry color that could be close to carnelian. It's a little bit richer. Carnelian is right here. This is definitely more orange. What about you? What do you look like? Oh wow, you're stunning too. Oh man, I forgot how beautiful this palette is. This is why I like rotating through my palettes the way that I do, so that I get a better idea of them. What are you? You're bronze. I have 4 people in here all of a sudden. I went from 1 to 4. So I really forgot how beautiful this palette is. If you guys want a swatch comparison of just this green shade against all the other ones that I have, of this like emerald kind of shade here, I have the Jeffree Star Cosmetics one. I have this one here. I have Lele Posh. I have an Urban Decay shadow that's very similar to this. If you want, I can pull every freaking shade that I have that is very similar to this and do swatch comparisons. I know some of the shades I have are very glittery. One of them has like a maroon undertone to it, but this type of like, this really beautiful like dark green shift. If you guys want to see that, I will swatch it. I've got a whole list of swatch videos I still have to do. People have asked me to do yellow and red and purple. I know I had one I did a while back that was green and blue, and I think I did orange, but I've had people request me to do the other colors. So I'm game if you guys are. All right, the last mini palette that I have in my possession is Sagittarius. This is a beautiful purple palette, and I think the center shade might be similar. I'm gonna grab this one. This one might be similar to Carnelian, if I can actually pick it up on my finger. Oh. Because Carnelian is here, and it's too red. So that would be a no. So I'm going to grab Lapis and Amethyst. Lapis and Amethyst. And then we're going to do the center shade out of this one. This also might be similar to Rose, but I'm running out of arms, so we'll see if I can get that done. Here's this one. Make sure I get a good swatch of it. Oh, it's a lighter version of Amethyst. That's pretty. I wonder if I mixed like Amethyst in the center shade, if I could get something similar, but there's like micro glitter in this purple shade, so that would be probably hard to get. So I'll do rose quartz on my hand with this one. Oh, that one's too peach. And it has glitter in it, so that would be a no to the rose quartz shade. I'm pleasantly surprised there isn't a whole lot in the little palettes that are similar to the big. I would have to like mix 2 and 3 shades each to get anything similar to the Crystal Zodiac, and I'm glad that I do these because it gives me an idea of if there are duplicate shades for any of the palettes I already own. Now granted, I already own, so it's not like I would return them because you can't. But I mean, if for some reason like half of one of these mini palettes was very similar to the Love Signs, the Zodiac, or this one, I would probably reconsider getting rid of it out of my collection because there's no point in having one entire palette dupable by the 3 big ones. But so far, from what I have found from doing all of these swatch videos, is that there are some similar shades in between the two, between the minis and the big ones, but there aren't any that are exact dupes, which is fantastic. So let's take this outside. I will show you all of the swatches in tree cover, and then we'll walk out to where the sun actually is shining. So let me move this, and I'm going to just set you guys on the counter for a minute. And yes, I'm wearing my pajamas, and I don't really give a shit. Move my big camera back. Just knowing my left, the cat will knock something over, and then I'll end up with my $1,000 camera on the floor broken. Worse than it already is. So let me move this up. I think I tightened it too tight on the ring light. So there's me. Can I video chat? Somebody just asked me to video chat. I'll respond to them in a minute. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Are you still going? Yeah, you're still going. Let me grab the iPad. That way you can look at me as we walk out. Hey Amanda, I just saw your posts. Are they seriously going to be reopening Florida beaches? Your post said beaches in Florida will start reopening this evening. Are people absolute morons? Emily, come on, let's go outside. Come on, Scrunches. Out. Out. Alright, so we'll do tree cover, swatches, show stuff, and then the sun is kind of out. So let me set this down and flip the camera back around. Put the iPad where I can see it. Alright, let me just sit my butt on the driveway. Alright, so here is the rose quartz shade. I tell you what, they need to keep people to freak off the beach, because I don't care if it takes 120 degrees to kill it. Number one, even in direct sun exposure, you're not going to get 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And wind blows, so if one person sneezes 20 feet down the beach, it's going to carry snot particles down the beach, and you're going to end up getting whatever the hell they've got. So, stupid. Oh, thank you. I did post about it on Instagram. This was the 2 looks I recorded today. Alright, so here we have rose quartz. Again, I don't know if you guys can even see this out here. So here's the one arm, which had like the first 4 mini palettes. There were very similar shades, like the rhodonite matte, which is here. I can mix a couple of shades here to get it. This one's a little bit too warm. What were you? Oh well. We have the blue chalcedony shade. I was able to mix a couple of the shades from the Aquarius palette to get this. And the, I think, birds. I'm being distracted by birds. The amethyst shade and the other shade, which is actually I thought it was a brown, but I was like, maybe it'll swatch. Those were very similar. The jade shade mixed with the 2 shades from the Pisces palette were also very similar. That's good. I would rather be safe than sorry, Amanda, because number one, you're immune compromised with the fact that you've been having mini strokes. That's why I was saying I would still get the test done, even if the doctor still thinks it could just be something as simple as bronchitis. And why the hell are you pulling in my driveway? Why are you driving down my driveway? You don't live here. Maybe they're going to the neighbor's house. I don't recognize that Ford or Ram. One was a Ford, one was a Ram. I'd rather it be anything else besides what you wrote in chat. I can't say it or my live stream will be instantly demonetized. I can't even talk about, I can't use the V word, and I can't use the Q word for, where you're supposed to stay, because you'll get instantly demonetized on those as well. So I don't know how they want us to put the hashtag stay home, stay safe, but if you even mention the word, Ovaltine, we'll use that word, Ovaltine, the one that starts with a Q, if you even mention that in a live stream or a video, instantly demonetized, instantly. And it's not like we're earning a whole lot of money right now anyways. I'm earning like less than 1 cent per video right now. I think the other day I had like 50 views on a video and I earned 3 cents on 50 views. 3 whole cents. I've earned like $5 this month of April. So I earned $11 in March. All right, so the other side, I'm trying not to touch these because we gotta go. Oh, the sun's out. Sorry, sidetrack. All right, so the brain fart. Citrine shade is very similar to a couple of the other shades, but nothing spot on. The amber matte was very similar to the shade from the Gemini palette. No, you're fine. I'm more worried about you than anything. The rhodonite matte shade, or the rhodonite shimmer shade, I looked for a whole bunch of shimmer shades trying to find it. I couldn't. And the center shade isn't like anything else because it's an iridescent. It shifts from like pink to purple to blue. There's some similar shades, but nothing was like spot on in the big palette versus the little palettes. And again, I still have 3 I'm missing. So let me get my ass up off the wet driveway. Let's walk out here to the direct sun. I'm gonna put the camera facing into the sun so I can kind of keep the camera from getting too hot. But I'm gonna walk in the sun. Hopefully you guys can see. Here we have the rose quartz shade, and I can barely see what's going on right now. I'm using the iPad to see. Here's the one arm. And then the other arm. I wonder if I should go that way, but I don't want to lose internet. Let me try putting you guys in the shade over here and facing you the other direction. If maybe that would help. I think I can get internet. See, the iPad doesn't have internet on its own. The phone does, the iPad doesn't. Okay, this might be better. Put my happy ass back on. I don't wear a full face of makeup because I don't ever wear foundation, so I only do corrector, concealer, blush, bronzer, highlight. Half the time I forget my eyebrows. Okay, maybe it is somebody for them because there goes Rue in the truck. And there goes the Ram. Oh, he's got a new truck. Okay, I know who that is now. His last truck was maroon, so when I saw the silver one, I was like, you don't belong down that driveway. Anyways, so here's the rose quartz shade. I usually, if I could just get away with doing eye makeup and blush and bronzer and highlight, I would be so happy. I hate having to cover these dark, hateful purple under eye circles that I have. I hate having to do that. I'm almost 40 years old and I hate wearing foundation. I've hated wearing foundation my entire life. And number one, my skin is perfectly fine how it is and I don't need it. This is the most sun exposure I've gotten in like a year, okay? So let me get this done so I can go sit back in the shade. Here is the first 4 palettes comparing to the big one. Like I said, there's very similar shades, but nothing that was 100%. Butterfly behind me. And then we have this side, which again, there's very similar shades, but nothing that was like spot on. I guess I could get closer to the camera. I can kind of see the screen. Uh-oh, I got spinny bits. We got spinny bits on here? No? Okay, so the iPad is doing spinny bits. And then let me move this direction. So like I said, there's some very similar shades between the mini palettes. Let me, I'm like kind of out of the sun now, so the sun is sitting behind the tree. Let's move this direction. Still bright as you know what out here. I think with the way that BH Cosmetics really thought about the miniature palettes, the big palettes, bug. I think that they put a lot of thought behind the color selections. I really wish that the color selections had been more accurate to the actual zodiac signs. Like, I think Libra is one of the only ones that's pretty spot on because Libra's shades are like pastels. But I think with some of the other zodiac signs, they really missed the mark on the actual colors that should have been in the palette. Actually, I think Aquarius is pretty spot on too. And Scorpio, I have pros and cons about that one. I mean, I wear whatever the hell I want. I honestly don't give a what anybody thinks about my makeup. I really don't. And you know, those like girls that say, oh, well, your eyeshadow isn't blended. I'm like, oh really? Show me where my eyeshadow isn't blended. Dare you? Pinpoint exactly where my eyeshadow isn't blended, and I can show you exactly how flippin' long it took me to blend it. Oh, it's not blended very well. You need to be better. Well, you can kiss my white. Never mind, I won't get started. So, I think they did a really good job picking shades that were not the same. Yes, there are some very similar colors, very similar. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellowish shades that are very similar, but none of them are the same. And I like yellow. Like with this brown shade here, I tried to mix and match a bunch of shades trying to find it. Nope. You can make shades that are very similar, but they're not the same. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 burgundy shades trying to get this one shade. Just trying to find this one shade. I have all of these swatches from that one, carnelian shade. One shade I tried to find, and I got a bunch of different variations, but none of them were even close. Right. Your friend and I almost went round and round this morning, Amanda, about that damn Tiger King post. You know I don't care for that show. I watched about 5 minutes of it and turned it off. And then I did a bunch of research on the people in the show, and it's just trash. It's okay that you like it, but I don't. And one of your friends told me to get the hell off his post. I'm like, whoa, back up, rewind, replay, huh? It's my friend's post, and she tagged me in it, and I commented. I didn't hijack your post, dumbass. Anyways, I ended up deleting my comment off the post, just so you know, because another girl named Erin decided she wanted to chime in and leave some nasty shit comment, and then I got a nasty message from them on Instant Messenger, so I've blocked both of them. It's fine that they're your friends. I don't know who they are. They don't have any business coming in my direct messages talking shit. So I'm more worried about you than anything. And just because I don't say something online so that everybody else can see it, doesn't mean I didn't direct message you and say what's going on. I saw your husband's post, the live thing that he did. That was the first thing I saw when I woke up. I watched the whole thing. I watched where you yelled at him for not inviting you, and then I waited to see if there was anything else, and then I read some comments, and then I was like, I better send her a message. Doesn't mean I haven't done it. And then your little friends telling me that I'm not concerned enough for you, they can kiss my white, what I'm sitting on. Because just because I don't post it publicly doesn't mean I'm not concerned. So oh, he got mad because I reported one of his comments. And then he went through and reported every comment I've ever made. He must have reported 30 of my comments on your post this morning. So I blocked him. I ain't got time for that. So, but yeah, I mean, there are people like I interact with on social media all the time, whether it's on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. I'm not going to drag dirty laundry out online like I drag my dirty laundry out online, but you know what? If it's about somebody else, I take it behind the scenes. Like my one friend was having issues with his alcoholic father. Instead of commenting on his post on Twitter, I sent him a direct message and said, "Hey, are you okay? Do you need to talk? You know, you've got my number, feel free to reach out." When a friend of mine posted something on Instagram and she got some hateful comments about her eye makeup look, I sent her a direct message and said, "Don't pay that person any mind. This is who they are. This is what kind of person they are. This is what they've done to me. Just ignore them. They're just being hateful." So it's like, I don't always say shit like that on like public posts. I will go behind the scenes and say something to somebody, because I would I don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings, for one, which you know I don't have a problem doing. Two, I would rather have the one-on-one conversation with somebody about the situation and see if they need help, see if it's affected them in some way, to give them whatever support that I can. And it doesn't need to be so public, you know, it's how I feel. And yeah, people that get butthurt over the small shit, I ain't got time for you. Block, ignore, block, bye. If I block somebody, there's a damn good reason for it. You either piss me off, you sound stupid, or whatever. I don't have time for it. I'm almost 40 years old. I don't have time for these little children that want to run their mouths online. I ain't got time for it. Yeah, and I see like all of your health posts and stuff. If you ever notice, every time you post that you're in the hospital, or that you've had another blood clot, or you've had another stroke episode, how many times do I comment on your post? I might react to the post, but how many times do I message you directly instead of say something on the post? 9 times out of 10, you got a direct message from me instead of me saying something on the post. I mean, oh goody. Ah, I got a little bug that just landed on my, hey, excuse me. I got a really bitty needle that just landed on my toe. You tickle, buddy. Can I get you off my foot? Oh. Why's your leg back? Nick! He just landed in between 2 of my toes. Bye. Hello? What do you want? I had a needle. You come up. They can't see you down there. You gotta come up. Well, now that I done moved the camera, you don't come over. There you go. Don't lick me. That's disgusting. No, don't lick me. Yuck. Well, Amanda, let me know what's going on. Keep me updated. Call me if you need to. You've got my information. Feel free to use it. And I'll keep harassing you via Messenger. So, like I said, I ain't gonna post stuff about it online because it ain't nobody else's business what the hell we talk about. That's just how I roll. Anyways, I'm gonna go and find something to eat. Allergies have been killing me. I had a freaking migraine mostly yesterday. This beautiful, some people call it star jasmine, some people call it Confederate jasmine. It's blooming. And this side of my nose is running, and this side of my throat is sore because this side of my nose is running. So I can't win for losing. And other than allergy-related symptoms, I'm fine. So come on, let's go in. Anyways, I will see you guys later. That's the end of this live stream. And yeah, I will see you guys in. I've got videos scheduled for the rest of the weekend. I don't even know what the hell day it is anymore. I knew I was going to be live streaming today to make up for yesterday, so I didn't post anything today, but everything else is scheduled. So yeah, see you guys later. Bye.